Hi everyone, welcome to Everyday Faith. My name is Wendy and I'm here with you today to continue our studies on the topic of wisdom as we continue to work through the book of Proverbs. Today is day 12 and we have a scripture passage from Proverbs 12:24, and that reads, "Work hard and become a leader, be lazy and become a slave." One of the greatest aspects of wisdom is that it leaves no part of life untouched. Wisdom is relevant to every facet of life, including family, friendships, faith, and work. When it comes to our work and our responsibilities, it's easy to view them as menial tasks or purposeless obligations that we have to do in order to earn a living or to keep things in order. So long as we espouse this type of mindset or approach, we will always find ourselves feeling trapped or enslaved by our work. But this is not what a wise person does. A wise person looks at their work and their responsibilities as opportunities to lead by example and as pathways towards freedom. A wise person sees the bigger picture and recognizes that their hard work is a way to honor God. And a wise person understands that their hard work is always honored by God, even if it's not appreciated by others. And so when I first started this study, I was really focused on kind of from a work standpoint and the fact that we all have menial tasks within our jobs that sometimes are not ones that we enjoy doing, but they just have to be done. And what I always say in our office and with our team is that sometimes those menial tasks really have great impact on our clients. So we really look at those items and we take calls for maintenance from office tenants as opportunities to make someone's life better. And so at first I was really focused on that standpoint. But then I went and I always look at keywords in scripture, and I looked at the terms leader and slave. And when I looked at those, I found this information. So a leader has a clear vision of the future, and they can be impactful and motivating and leading others to success. So I think that's an interesting, work hard and become a leader. Be someone who has a vision and someone who's impactful in motivating and leading others. And then the second word was slave. Be lazy and become a slave. So what does that mean? And so a slave, the term that I pulled is forced to work for nothing or has no reward for your effort. So if you kind of think about your jobs and if you know that you are not going to have a reward for your effort, then you definitely are going to look at things differently than someone who is a leader. So when we look at Colossians 3:23, that reads, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, working for the Lord and not for human masters." And I think this is an interesting topic during the month as we talk about learning wisdom or being a wise person, is looking at the bigger picture, which again goes back to a leadership of knowing what the future holds and looking at what we do as a way to honor God through this, using our wisdom to know and being able to take action to honor God. So I'm going to read the last item here, and I'm going to interject a few additional words in order to elaborate on this topic and use what I just learned in regard to the terms for leader and for being a slave. And so decide today what type of person you will be. A foolish or an unwise person who is working knowing that there will never be a reward for your effort, or be a wise person who works hard to bring honor to God through your actions and by setting an example for others. So decide today, are you going to be a wise person who works hard and brings honor to God, or are you going to be a foolish or an unwise person who has no reward for your efforts? I hope you're enjoying our study this month on the topic of wisdom, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.